I want to show putting in a heel, or how I've done it on this tube. I knitted a tube sock. I started with the rib. I knit all the way to the other end and put the other rib in. I then cut it in half and put in 2 toes. Now I want to put in my heel, and I know my foot is 10 inches long and a heel takes up 2 inches. So if I measure from the toe to about 8 inches, that will be my leg and this will be my foot. So I need to put in my heel about here. I say about because I like a little bit of negative ease, to be honest. So I'll go just under the 8 inches and I will find a stitch and mark that point with a pin. So that's about 7 3/4 inches from the toe for my size foot. I've measured my foot by putting it against the wall on a piece of paper, marking the back and then measuring the length. And while I have that toe there, that foot there, I will also mark the same distance on the other leg. Which is about there. So I'll put that one to the side for a moment, and then following this row of stitches about halfway along, I will find a stitch, making sure I've got one leg of the stitch. I'll snip it. So that stitch has been snipped. Sorry, Gwyn's having a moment under my desk. And then I can carefully start to unravel back. Of course, if you prefer and you feel a bit safer, you can pick up those stitches on that needle first by picking up just the one leg. And then undo, but I find that can be a bit fiddly. I have a 60 stitch sock, so I want to go across halfway, so I need about 30 stitches on each of these needles. Using a bulb marker, I can mark the edges where I think the 30 stitches are. So if I class that as my edge of my cut that I want to put in, I can count 30 across, or I can just keep going until I think I'm there and then start the other way. My marker there is marking where I think the edge of the sock is, so I'm going to stop there pick up those stitches. I think I'll just take that last bit out of that one. Pick up those stitches. I'll want 30 on each needle. So those live stitches are now safe each side, and I'll keep that for filling up any holes at the edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17. So I have about 14 or 15 stitches left to undo. So I have 30 stitches on each needle. Don't worry too much if you don't pick up all the stitches cleanly or you drop one or two. We will do a quick sweep round and there's one there that's dropped, but when I do the sweep round in a minute I'll correct that. It looks like I'm at the edge of the sock now, so just pick up the last couple ones on this side. Have another count up. 27 and 28, so I need another couple. 27 and 28. I will take on both. I think I'll take a couple more off of this end. So there, I have 30 on each needle now, and I have a drop one there. I'm just going to do a quick sweep round and put 15 on this back one so that I can knit in a minute. Make sure the legs of the stitches are right leg forward, correct orientation. That one I've skipped a bit of I've split the yarn there. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12, 13, 15. So those stitches are correct. That's a dropped one, and it's the wrong way, so I'll reorientate that and then knit that back loop. All these have left leg forward, so I'm having to put them right leg forward. Let's reknit that one because that's a split one again. There we go. And then I'll just go through these ones. So I have 30 on the back needles and 30 on the front needle. I always put a bulb marker at the start of the rows so that when I'm putting the decreases in, I know which bit I am. Of course you can do these on a magic loop or shorties to some extent, but I love my DPNs. Now finding my contrast yarn, I'm just going to make a round, knit a round, knit around flat. Second round will be my decrease round. This yarn piece that we used, or that we unpicked the row of stitches with, will be used to close up any hole when we get round to the when we finished. So holding that tail at the back where we started, closing that gap a little with the knit one, and then because it's going on the left, on the right hand side, I want a left leaning, so I'll do a knit, knit, slip, slip, knit, two together. And this is my 30 stitch needle, so I'll knit to the other end, when I have 3 stitches left, because I want it right leaning at the left end, I'll knit 2 together, knit 1, turn my work and do the same on this side, knit 1, slip, slip, knit, and this is my 2 needle side, so I'll knit to the end of the second needle, 3 stitches before the end of the second needle, and knit 2 together, knit 1. Next round is just knit all stitches. I've now done 1 decrease round, 1 knitting round, and that hole will be closed up when I use this tail to when I sew that tail in. So I'm now going to carry on decreasing as a toe until I've got as many left as I require, usually about 12 left on each stitch, I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, 12 on each stitch, and I can then kitchen it together. I've finished my decreases both sides, so now it looks like a toe, same as the toe. There's the hole which I'll sew up when I put in my ends, and now all I have to do is kitchener those together and I'll have a completed sock. So kitchener, ends in, and it's done. That's my last end sewn in. There's my sock tube, and there's my heel. I decreased down to 12 stitches on each needle, and you can see it's identical to the toe. And there's my other one. If I put them on a sock blocker, I'll just get a sock blocker. If I put these on as you would normally see a sock, there we go. You have the toe as a toe, toe as a heel, and now they can go in my sock drawer. If you want a more comprehensive and in-depth video on putting a heel in a sock tube, I'll leave a link below to Ellie at Craft House Magic, where she shows you the whole process properly with a more in-depth video. So I hope that was of use. You can see I've used the ends to tidy up the hole. And I'll see you on my channel again soon.